Welcome back to our channel.
Last week we reviewed The Great Gatsby.
Today we'll be talking about the book versus movie Fahrenheit 451 and whether the theme was supported or not supported.
But before we get into today's video, make sure you smash that like button and subscribe to our channel.
If you want to be notified for all our future posts, ding, turn on your notifications.
The book Fahrenheit 451 was written by Ray Bradbury in 1953.
The movie was more recent adaptation of the book. It was directed by Ramin Djawadi in 2018.
Alright, getting firstly into our theme. We believe that censorship of knowledge has many dangers of society.
This theme is not supported in the movie. The disconnect of society is shown in the movie because of the change in the characters and their dynamics.
The main points we'll be focusing on in the movie are Montag's death, Mildred's non-existence, and the absence of Clarice's death.
In the book, Mildred is Montag's wife, and she represents the emptiness and brainwashing caused by the society's censorship. She represents how relationships are destroyed by the censorship.
Her obsession with TV screens, entertainment, and the use of sleeping pills at all times have caused her to be this way.
She's very sorrowful and unhappy because she's lost in this world. She has no real human interaction with others, not even her husband.
In the book, Montag tells Mildred, maybe you took 2 pills and forgot. It took 2 more and forgot. It took 2 more. And you were so dopey, you kept right on until you had 30 or 40 of them in you. Mildred is so disconnected that she doesn't even know what's going on.
In addition, this quote, well, wasn't there a wall between him and Mildred when he came down to it? Literally not just 1 wall, but so far 3, found on page 42, also shows how disconnected she is.
When Clarice and Montag first met, it was in a bar and everyone was wearing VR sets. Everyone was disconnected from each other, sharing no actual emotions or feelings with one another. None of the conversations are deep and all surface levels.
This was a point in the movie where the director tried to convey the theme, but it didn't quite work. It wasn't strong enough to the point to completely show how dangerous the censorship of knowledge really is.
One of our other points is that Mildred is completely removed in the movie. Instead, Montag lives alone, which completely erases the idea of how relationships are destroyed in this society.
Without Mildred, the movie loses a major example of how censorship and entertainment restrictions have isolated people from the preventions of feeling real emotion.
In addition to the removal of Mildred in the movie, the director also kept Clarice alive. In the book, the death of Clarice is essential to showing the beginning growth of Montag. It's one of the first and few times in his life where he's had genuine feelings for someone.
So, one of the quotes that we had for this was on page 68. She was the first person in good many years I've really liked. This quote really shows how Montag makes a real connection with someone rather than being addicted to the screens and surrounding him.
Many say that he became closer with Clarice in those few days than he had ever became with his wife. When Montag asked Mildred the first time we met, where was it and when, he said, can't you remember? It's been so long. Only 10 years. Only 10. I don't know, she said. I don't know, she said. I don't know, she said. Page 40. She has no response because she's so emptied by all the consumption of screens and drugs.
This highlights how dangerous it really is to censor knowledge. Montag and Clarice were not over-consuming technology, and they felt a genuine connection with each other.
Now it's time for an ad break.
Hey, are you looking for something good to watch? Do you love those dystopian movies? Well, before you start scrolling endlessly on TikTok, let me introduce a new movie to you. It's called Fahrenheit 452. It's a spin-off of Fahrenheit 451, which is a book that focuses on censorship of knowledge in society. Fahrenheit 452 will follow the same storyline as a book, but an alternative reality. Clarice will still be alive as a little girl. This new and improved movie is a great new perspective on the story and adds to the theme. It will be available to watch August 2031. Stay tuned.
Alright, back to the video.
Here's a little bit of a spoiler, so if you haven't watched the movie, plug your ears. Montag dies at the end.
That's crazy.
Yeah, I know. In the book, that ending is completely different.
Montag ends up escaping the city and joins a group of people that are just like him. This group is content with not knowing exactly what happens next, as long as they know they are helping to spread knowledge.
The quote that we'd like to use for this is, and if the men were silent, it was because there was everything to think about and much to remember. Page 157.
Montag being involved in this group in the book shows how even after knowledge is censored, humanity can still be restored.
In the movie, Montag is also part of a secret group that tries to spread knowledge. The final scene is Montag releasing a bird with knowledge inside of it while he sacrifices himself to the fire.
This scene is the movie's way of trying to show this idea of humanity being restored. Because it still had to do with technology and the group wasn't as connected, this theme falls short.
So, in conclusion, the theme of the story is not supported in the movie, which is evident with the points that Montag is dead, Mildred doesn't exist, and Clarice is never died.
Bye! Section done. Cool.
Woohoo.
Okay,
Just memorize your line.
Yeah, I
I
can
have the
do that.
longest one.
okay.
Alright.
Quote. Well,
Keep going. Keep going.
okay.
Show him.
Why did we make it sound like he's in love with her?
I mean, it's how we acted in the movie They Kissed, did they not?
But she's a child in the book.
64, that
What?
68, honey. You said all numbers wrong.
Okay.
Not the fingers.
That's you.
That's you, honey.
Oh!
Be enthusiastic with one, don't
Okay.
ya?
What?
That's crazy. So loud for that.
Lord, okay, we need to get
Sorry,
this
guys.
over. We have 10 minutes.
Okay.